Here in Dubai, the population is growing rapidly. Recently, of September 2025, we have just hit a population of 4 million people. With this in mind, new areas are constantly being developed to ensure that there is enough housing. One of the areas most commonly talked about in this space is Dubai South, very much at the forefront of people's minds when thinking of the future of Dubai. So let's have a look why that is and what it has to offer as an area. So Dubai South is very much an up and coming community with the majority of the master plan under construction at the moment. The master plan for Dubai South is designed as a 145 kilometre squared integrated city. Dubai South Properties serves as the master developer here. This entity is government backed and operates under the oversight of the government of Dubai and the Dubai Aviation City Corporation. This was crafted by Dar Al Handaza, a highly respected global planning and consultancy firm. So Dubai South as an area is planned around the upcoming airport, which is the Al Maktoum Airport. Plans were approved for this in April 2024 and is going to cost a total of 128 billion dirhams. Currently in Dubai, you have DXB Airport running on the complete other side of the city. However, the plans for the future will be to move all the major airlines over to Al Maktoum Airport once it gets up and running. The plans for this are expected to be delivering around 2032 for the first phase. The plan for the airport is to have 150 million passengers per annum through the airport. However, in the future, when the airport is fully completed, it would expect up to 260 million passengers, making it the largest airport in the world. You may have heard Dubai South before, as it was previously known as Dubai World Centre. So it has now been rebranded to Dubai South, and that is the name that it will be using going forward. When we look at the master plan here of Dubai South, we of course have the airport in the centre, and then round the community we do have the other connected districts such as aviation, logistics, residential, exhibition, golf and commercial, all in the master plan. Each area will have something different to offer. For example, the aviation district is going to be all the support for Al Maktoum Airport, so it's not going to be massively commercial or residential in this area, as it's really just going to be the infrastructure for the airport in this section. Obviously, for such a big airport like this, it needs to have a logistics area for the supply, the cargo, warehousing of everything as a whole from the airport, and also Dubai South as an area. So this is what will be going on in the logistics district. Down the side here is where we do have the residential district, where you have townhouses, villas, apartments, all sort of different styles of housing in this community and different price points with a lot of different developers and projects within this area. As although on this master plan it looks quite small, it's a very large area with a lot to offer. So of course in the residential district you're going to have everything you need here. So you will have the retail and commercial hubs, you'll have green spaces for walkability, all the sort of amenities that you would want in your local area will be in this district. To add to this, hospitals, clinics, schools, everything that you need whether you're living here as a family or by yourself. So next up is Exhibition City. However, you will more commonly hear this as Expo City. So this is where you will see the repurposed Expo 2020 site, which does offer a variety of events throughout the whole year. This is a major attraction here, for example, for concerts or events that people may want to attend that is on throughout certain periods of the year. So this features attractions such as the Al Wasl Dome, Mobility Pavilion and Sustainability Pavilion. Currently there is development in Expo City, and it could definitely turn out to be a hot spot for real estate for short-term tourism, as there's likely to be a lot of events on that people will be staying for a night, for example, and you'll be able to put the rates up to a higher amount. So next up is the golf district. So of course it says it in the name, this does have an 18-hole championship golf course, which currently you do have a lot of sort of housing around the golf course, which is typical for here in Dubai. Like following on from the other golf courses such as Emirates Golf Course, Jumeirah Golf Estates and the Els Club, which also have villas and townhouses surrounding them, premium sort of luxury feel. Dubai South and the golf district will be doing the same here. So with Emaar being a top developer, definitely expect this to be one of the hotspots in Dubai South. So with this in mind, you have the airport, you've got the golf course, you've got a residential community, you've got Expo City. You're also going to have a commercial hub where we'll have a lot of business and offices to support the wider city itself. So hopefully that gives you an idea of what to expect in Dubai South and the master plan itself. As I've explained, it is very much under construction at the moment, and I would expect to see the full community thriving in another 10 years probably. It's still got a lot of developments to make it a main attraction. However, when we look at the location, it's in a great spot for the future. So it's quite far away in terms of distances in Dubai. So it's 40 minutes from downtown currently. It's around 15 to 20 minutes to the Marina and JBR. However, then on the flip side, you have the Palm Jebel Alley coming, which again is going to be a longer time in terms of handovers and when we expect this to really be a thriving community. However, it's got that coming, which is only around 20 minutes away. And of course, once that is in place, along with the new airport and what Dubai South has to offer, I would expect the city to shift this way. So you'll see more and more developments as sub-communities round Dubai South and round Palm Jebel Alley. To add to this, Dubai South also puts itself closer to Abu Dhabi. And of course, this has some major attractions in Abu Dhabi, including the upcoming Disneyland, which again will be operating similar timelines to when you can expect properties and developments to hand over in Dubai South, sort of around that 2030 timeline. So those are the distances, of course, for driving. We do have the Etihad rail station upcoming, and you also have the Red Line Metro that will run through Dubai South to make it a lot more suitable for all parties living in Dubai South. It can be quite difficult to generalise the whole area as a price per square foot because it is very vast. As we've discussed, it's a massive area with different districts offering something different. However, currently the price is very affordable when we compare it to the current market. So as of September 2025, it's selling at just under 1,200 dirhams per square foot, which is around 30% cheaper than the average in Dubai as a whole. The developments currently in this area are a little bit older, and we've not got some of the premier developments or new buildings in there yet. However, they are coming. However, if you're looking at buying a properties now, to give you an idea, you would see 1 bedrooms at 600k, 2 bedrooms at 800k, and 3 bedrooms at 1.5 million. As mentioned, there's limited options because a lot of developments have not handed over here. And currently you can see 1 beds launching in Dubai South around 900k, 2 beds around 1.4, and 3 beds at 1.9. You may see it slightly less or slightly higher. It does really depend on the developer, but as an average, this is what we can see we're seeing at the moment. As more and more plans have been put in place for Dubai South and more developments and demand on the area, we have seen prices increase here, and the 3-bedroom townhouses are typically selling for more than 3 million, and they are launching around sort of 3.5 million onwards. The townhouses and villas in Dubai South are very much sought after stock, with the rumoured shortage of townhouses and villas, along with this being one of the best locations potentially for the future, then it is definitely something that is in demand. So we've already seen a lot of projects in Dubai South launch in various different districts. However, let's have a look at some that have been popular so far. So of course, there's a lot of demand for Dubai South in terms of off-plan. Some of the projects that we've seen launch and be successful here so far are Emaar South, which is a golf course community with villas and townhouses. Of course, in the Golf District, you then have the Pulse, which was affordable apartments and townhouses by Dubai South Properties. That's in the residential district. You have Expo Valley, which is a premium sustainable villas near Expo City. This is sort of focused on eco-living and is in Expo City. And then lastly, we had South Bay, which is a lagoon community with waterfront townhouses and mansions. This is in the residential district. So think about what district would suit you best and what type of property you would like to live in. So as a roundup, let's have a look at the pros and cons of Dubai South. Of course, the location is a massive plus. You have Palm Jebel Alley nearby. You have within the community, you have Expo City, you have Maktoum Airport, you have a golf course, so it has a lot to offer. Personally, I can see a lot of sub-communities being built around here in the future to make it more attractive. Next up would be the affordability and the pricing. So currently, on average, it's selling at just under 1,200 dirhams per square foot, which is around 30% less than Dubai as an average. Of course, it would just depend on what project you're picking and what district you would like to live in. So for me, next up would be your returns and rental yield. It's quite difficult to work this out currently, as it's very much an area that's undeveloped and it's not got any major attractions to it. The airport's not in place, the golf course is not ready. It's got not too much at the moment. However, in time, I can see with the airport in mind, Expo City, in time I can see the rental yields being here at 6% as a minimum, as you're going to have attractions for families, people on a short-term stay for potentially the Expo Centre or even the airport. Of course, it's going to offer a lot of jobs in both the business hub and the airport itself, meaning that you're going to have a high tenant demand. The infrastructure as well, with the Red Line Metro and the Etihad Railway, is a major attraction, as it will mean that you don't have to depend on cars to get yourself around here. Selling secondary units myself, I can definitely tell you that this will be an attraction, as not everyone chooses to drive here in Dubai. So the cons on this would mainly be for how long it's going to take. So with this in mind, we've mentioned how great this community could be up and coming, but on the flip side, right now is underdeveloped. So you've not got the airport or some of the other attractions coming for another 10 to 15 years, which is a very long time to wait, especially if you are buying real estate. So if you are an investor, I would imagine this would suit someone who is a long-term investor rather than someone looking to flip the property. There's also not going to be as much demand now for the ready market. So if you are on ready, then of course keep this in mind, as the properties aren't going to be too liquid. They are going to take a little bit more time to sell, as there's not as much demand. If you are living here also, it is currently very car dependent, so you are going to need a car to get yourself around and to the local communities that you'll be visiting. I can imagine in this area it's probably not even that great for taxis. You may need to wait a little bit longer than the busier areas here in Dubai. So as a roundup for Dubai South, personally I feel like it's going to be a great area once it is fully developed. At the moment it is very much at the beginning of its development, still got a long way to go until we're looking at it as one of the major attractions. As an investor, if you're happy to wait a longer period of time and really see the capital appreciation down the line, then this potentially is the area for you. However, if you're looking for something a little bit more short term, potentially to flip in the next year or two, then this isn't going to quite work for you, I don't feel. So definitely look at this as investing into Dubai's future. If there is other areas that you may be considering, feel free to book in a call with us below to chat through it, or if you're keen to see some more information on Dubai's real estate, then click the video above.